Okay, so this one is the C3 JWK collaboration, the Tangerine switch, right? It's a linear switch, it's standard travel, and the top housing is unwipe, bottom housing is also unwipe, and a 13mm palm stem. They didn't have the spring length, so I'm just going to assume standard 14mm, and it comes in at 62 grams. Comes factory lubed, though these are also hand lubed by Custom Kiko. And manufacturer, again, is JWK. So I forgot to mention this in the preference switch video, but I want to give a massive shout out to the custom keyboard company, Roy and his team, for lubing, filming, and sometimes spring swapping the switches I sent in. The upcoming reviews I will be doing, which I think is around must be more than 10, are all a part of a giant order that's over 3,000 switches, and they got that done in 14 days. That's kind of crazy if you think about it. And I don't know who else I trust to do it and with their quality. Okay. So, actual thoughts. Tangerine switches are very famous. They became popular during the COVID era of the hobby, and their main appeal is their smoothness, which I admit it feels really nice. There's no scratch. It feels almost like it's polished, but I think the main thing was that the material unwipe was the reason behind that. But anywho, the sound is kind of underwhelming, to be honest. I typically put standard length pole switches on polypropylene because I feel polypropylene does the best job of bringing out the best out of standard travel switches. And from now on, I'll also be switching to palm for long pole switches because a couple of the sound tests I did, like the BVN linears and Cobalt palms, when I did that on polypropylene, I thought they sounded a bit bright for my taste and maybe a bit exaggerated and not exactly super fair as to what the switches would be best for. So there's that. It passes the feel and sound test. So, I mean, the price is the big thing I'd worry about, right? 65 cents a switch. So I'm hard to recommend it anymore given the current switch climate. There are smoother switches for cheaper, and they also may have a better sound. So unless you want the color scheme or you find it at a cheaper price, I would look elsewhere. Now, for the final question, would I keep it in my Hero? To be honest, no. I don't hear the depth I get from something like a Cherry Switch or the Preference Switch, and it just makes my Hero sound kind of dull. And I don't mean to offend anybody if you like tangerines. It's just, I'm very used to MX blacks in my Hero, and that gives a certain sound signature, which is to my preference, which the Tangerine is kind of the opposite of. So it's not bad. It just makes you feel like I'm bringing the keyboard to work, right? It's a very inoffensive sound. So yeah, it's good for work boards if you can find it on sale. So anyways, thanks for watching. This is the second rendition of these kind of voiceovers after the sound test. Thanks.